Now that you've clicked this video and you're 22 years old, or you're about to hit this age, now this is what I'm gonna share with you. 22 years of age, this is what I call the lion's age. Lion's age, lion's age. All right, what does it mean? This is that age. By the way, right now probably you finished your campus, or you finished your university or your college, or whatever the place it is. Let's say if you don't even went to high school, or rather college or something of sort. Now here you are at age 22. This is when you do not play safe. This is not when you want to get everything right. You see, there are some of the factors that anyone and everyone has to tick for them to take an action. For example, let's say you want to start graphic design. Let's say you want to start a business. Let's say you want to start. This is not the time that you're expecting everything to fall into place. Do not play safe as if you are 50 years old. Let me tell you one secret about life, what I've realized. Most of the people whom you see at their 40s, 50s, and 60s, they regret. They are wishing if they were your age right now. They say, oh my goodness, I really wish I got this message that Joseph is preaching right now when I was 22. I am telling you, I could be buying shares worth, even if it's 300, each and every time that I get that amount of money. Where I am right now, I could be a millionaire. Let me tell you one secret. If you are watching this video and you are 22, irrespective of your gender, your race, or whatever the thing it is, do this right now. Do not expect to have everything fall into place. Do not blame anyone. Do not expect anyone to come and salvage and help you in anything. You have the leverage of time. And this is what I'm going to tell you. Decide, for example, right now, I want us, me and you, having an agreement of this. Go take the next 3 years. All right, just 1, 2, 3 years. Take those 3 years. Okay, play as if you're crazy. Just do things as if you're crazy. You can actually pick some. By the way, do you know one thing? You can actually pick the next 6 months from today after watching this video. After you've liked this video and you followed me. By the way, don't forget to do that. Come on, hit that like button and follow me, because I do upload such videos each and every day. And by the way, that's like telling me thank you. Guy, let's go to the business now. See, go take the next 6 months from today, immediately after watching this video. Pick a thing that you want to do by yourself. Do you have 500 in your pocket? Do you have 3,000 in your pocket? 10,000, 15,000, 100, whatever it is, you want to start a business. Do not expect to get all the factors correct. There is something that you have that most of the people do not have. I'm 32, for God's sake. I'm 10 years older than you. There's some of the things that I can be able to do that you can do. There's some of the things that you can do that I cannot be able to do. For example, if you have 10,000, do not be out there looking for all the factors. No, come on. You want to sell vegetables? Go grab the vegetables. Go do the business. You want to do, what we call it, some of the groceries and what have you, go grab that. Do exactly that. This is the time to self-identify yourself. By the time now you're clocking 25, because society-wise tend to actually tell you, hey, at 25, especially in Africa, they are telling you, go get married, go get a wife, go get a husband, or get whatever they are getting. Okay, first of all, shut your ears, all right? Just put your hands, especially if you're coming from a family where you are poor. See, some of the time I tell people, this is a very harsh example I'm telling you right now, okay? Sometimes don't go get those ideas as far as the business and investments are concerned from people who never made it, okay? Unless they're telling you what you're not supposed to do, what took them where they are right now, or with all their due respect, okay? So what do you do right now? It is that put your foot into the soil. Go ahead and push yourself, all right? If it is a business you want to start, go ahead and do so. What you have right now that most of the people do not have, especially those who are older, it is time. By the way, legally and financially, you are allowed to try as many things as you can, all the way from 20 years up to 30 years. You have 8 years to go, but I'm giving you not those 8 years. I'm only giving you 3 years. Just take those 3 years. Push yourself as the best as you can. Even if you decide to learn a new skill today, you'll be shocked. It does not even take time. You'll realize that actually it's gonna take me 6 months. But then do you know, if you were to dedicate only 2 hours per day learning a new thing, you're gonna go ahead and do the thing. For example, if you decide to read the Bible, you can actually read that entire book in a very short period of time. So go ahead and do something. Grind as if you're not gonna live tomorrow. But now the problem that you people do, as if, especially at this particular age, there's something called misdirected energy. Misdirected energy. You see, this energy that you have, you can actually use it to grow yourself. You can use it to grow yourself. All right? You can use it to study businesses. You can use it to study finances, and you'll be the next good Joseph that you'll be making content here. You can use it actually to pick a course that you can learn for free on YouTube and do something about it. You can pick a course which is a video editing. You can get yourself into the business. You can hustle like a dropout. Why? Right now you have the energy and you have the time. Those are two luxuries that you have. But now the problem you guys do is you take that energy and misdirect it. You're taking that energy. In Kenya they call it kuchapa sherehe. Kuchapa sherehe means that you're throwing party after party, party in, party out. out and party everywhere. But now is not the time. The moment you get, sometimes I get angry whenever I see these young people. The only thing that you think about is how you dress and what you dress. This time now you're fighting with those big brands in terms of the shoes and what have you. This time now you can save in and out and even don't even eat just to get yourself, I don't know, a certain type of a shoe. I don't want to name those names. You guys, you know them. You find somebody is trying the best to make sure that you go out there and maybe perhaps you, now you wonder, surely, hey, you wonder now, why don't you take that energy? Once you get that, I'm not saying that you should walk barefoot, no, but at least get a decent shoe. Once you get that decent shoe, put it on and go do something with it, that extra amount of money that you have. That is exactly how you grow yourself. By the way, I never cease to remind people on this. When you're at your 20 to 30s, do anything. All right. When you're at 30s to 40s, learn from somebody, follow somebody who is doing something. You want to create content like me? Go ahead and follow me. Ask me questions. Well, it doesn't have to be at inbox. You can actually shoot them on the comment section. Or sometimes you can even just follow, keep quiet, look at what I do. And then when you're at 40s and 50s, don't do any more things. You don't have the time. Do that what you understand. All right. When you're at your 50s and 60s, guess what? Go ahead and inspire people. We're above 60s, just get off the show, get off the stage, you know. And you know what they say, a good dancer knows exact time to get off the show. So the point is this: when you are at your 22, you know why I didn't say 21, you know why I didn't say 18, you know why I didn't say 20, because at your 22 you've already known the reality of the world. Assuming that you did clear your high school at 18, you've gone through the entire stretch of college or the campus. Now you already know. Either whether you come from Africa, you already know. The jobs, yes, they are there, but they're inadequate. And before you get a hold of a job, it will take you like a century. You already know the realities. You know, you cannot explain these things to a high school kid because they are still under the mom's care and the dad's care, or the parents' care, should I say. So what you're supposed, or the guardian's care. So what should I say is at your 22, the maturity and the reality is starting to kick in. And when I tell you, do not cling to the papers that you have that you graduated with. They told you you are a teacher, but you have not yet gotten the job. They told you you are a doctor, but you have not gotten the job. They told you you are an engineer. They told you you are a biochemist. You have not gotten the job. That does not mean it's the end of you. And I always tell people education is a thing that compares a fish and a fish and a cat to swim, and a cat will live to believe that they are stupid. No, what you're supposed to do is that you go out there. For God's sake, there's something that you're created with, and there is something that you can be able to do and grow yourself and push it along, and that way you can be able to achieve some of the dreams that you thought that they cannot be achieved. So that is exactly how you grow yourself. But if you live there in a situation whereby you live as if, hey, you're not sure, you rely on people, you blame your parents, you blame where you come from, you think of crossing the seas and goes to the Europe and what have you. Sometimes I always ask people, where did those people who usually cross the seas and go to, where did they went? How did they create? For example, the existence of the Europe and Americas and what have you. Where did the youth of such time went? What did they do? I know you're about to pull the argument of, hey, they stole from Africa and what have you. What did they steal from you? And what are you doing about it? Are they still stealing? If they're about gold, yeah, even if they did steal, is it still there? They are still there. So what are you doing about? See, the moment you play victim at all the time and every time, that's the time now you actually attract the negative energy. You don't even grow. You actually then assign yourself or align yourself with the people who are complaining the same. And the moment you complain or align yourself with the people who are failures and people who haven't achieved anything, then you end up justifying yourself why you haven't. Have you ever met somebody who is telling you, you ask the person, why don't you have a job? They tell you everyone doesn't have a job. That does not explain why you don't have a job. You get what I'm saying? So when you're at this particular age, this is not and by the way, if you have a family, if you're already married at 22, well, I have no message for you, because if you ask me, I shouldn't, at that particular age, you should not even be thinking about that. That's an age where you're supposed to be thinking on how you can grow yourself. You're barely understanding the parameters of life. You're barely understanding some of the things in life that you're supposed to be actually following. So at this particular age is not the time to do all those kind of things that you guys are doing, okay? And sometimes I usually have this bitter when someone approaches it in my inbox and telling me, hey, Joseph, I'm 22 years old. I have 100,000 somewhere. I was wondering, what exactly can I do so that I do? And the moment you check at them, I did not say anybody should actually go out there and risk their money. There is no money that is worth risking and throwing out there. And there is no age that you can say you are allowed to risk. I like throw out your money there. But when you're at your 20s, especially at this age that I'm talking about, you are allowed to try different things at the same time because you have the luxury of time. You can get off the stage, do the thing. If it doesn't work, you can come back to the stage, do the things. And I've told you, for the next 3 years, Do that. Behave as if you've never even went to school. Behave as if you are only surviving on that thing that you're gonna do. You have 10K with you, go do that specific thing that you want to do. And that is exactly how you grow yourself. All right, there is no any other way. I wish we had another manual that I can share with you and tell you this is how it works. I'm telling you this because I was once at 22. I was once as a graduate as you are. I was once at that particular age, and then there was a way I was perceiving life, and I was having a very tough time, not only for people but also to myself. And I realized, hey, guess what? I have to shake off all this. And by the way, remember one thing as I finish this video: you do not have to have the best things to do something. All right, some of those best things, they come along. For example, when I started making this video, I don't know why I love using myself as an example, because you can go to my older videos and check them and verify whatever I'm talking about. I didn't have all this equipment when I was shooting those videos back then. I used to hold my phone like this, and I could just turn it in a very funny way. You know, those videos were shaky and what have you. You know, I'm not claiming that I'm having the perfect time. We grow each and every time, that's for sure. But the point is this: I didn't used to have all those equipment for production. Assuming that I was somewhere and say, hey, guess what? I'm not gonna get myself into this production until I get all this equipment. You know, the equipment that I was thinking, or some of the people are thinking that you need to have them. Some of them, I don't even have them up to date. And this is where I am right now. So the moment you actually start discovering that you only need that what you have to move along, to do something, get known by the people, let people know what is your value, let people know what exactly you can be able to make. That is the only way you actually vibrate all the energies, and you can be able to attract that what was meant to be yours. But if you live in a situation whereby you only play victim, you only make it look as if everyone is unfair to you and such kind of things, you're not gonna do anything. And the moment I tell you, hey, guess what? If you actually set aside 5,000 each and every month for the next 10 years, you're gonna make $1 million. And then you think like 10 years is, see, 10 years will be 32 as me. What do you think I've changed? If you look at me, do I look 32? Well, maybe I look 39, I don't know. Or I look 30, or whatever the age I look like. But honestly, do I look energetic? Do I look as if, you get what I'm saying? And when I tell you, you can actually do that, you think like I'm talking. So in Kenya, we call it the story za jaba. It isn't really story za jaba. Story za jaba means like there are things that are not workable. They are workable. It's only that you have a wrong mentality and the mindset. And guys, whenever you inbox me, avoid asking me these questions like, hey, what is the sure bet way of investment? What exactly can I do and earn this amount? There's someone who did inbox me sometimes back and told me, hey, Joseph, I have 20,000 somewhere. How can I do, or what can I do with it? By the end of the year, I have $1 million, Bob. Wow, you know, that's a very crazy question. And that guy is on a crisis. And you know what I told the guy? Wow, I wish I had that an idea. I could put my 20,000 or maybe 60,000 and get the 3 million. Because honestly, you're actually violating the principles of investment. And this mentality, if you get into it in the world of investment, that's why you get scammed. And it's only young people who ask me, hey, Joseph, verify for me, is this legit? Is this legit? I got this company and they're telling me to do, is this legit? You know, I hate those when you ask me those questions. And you kind of listen to what they're talking about. They're talking about these things are actually crazy. Things are not even real when it comes. So can you imagine someone telling you, oh, invest this amount, or invest like 50, and then we do the thing, and then after 2 days you get 11,000. You are violating the principles of finances. How do they even get that amount of money to afford paying you that amount of money? So see, guess what? Respect the time that you have. Take action with that amount of money that you have, and behave as if you are not having anything else coming, and that is the way out, and you do not even have a hope of getting a job. Go ahead and use that, utilize it, do the best as you can. And that way, and only that way, that's when you're gonna realize a change in your life. And by the time you're clocking 25, you're gonna usher in 25 with this stability of the mind, and not only stability of the mind, with the knowledge and experience. And you're gonna have yourself not only outside of that, but you're gonna have some cash and also the financial knowledge. That is exactly how we grow ourselves and propagate ourselves to the greatness. Guess what? I ain't gonna chosha you. I'm not gonna pump a lot of energy to you right now. That is be the end of my video. But I hope, if you watch this video for the first time, this is Good Joseph speaking. I do upload a video every day, and it's all about finance, it's all about investment, and anything related to that. Sometimes it spill over to areas whereby we use the social things that can affect our financial things, because everything related are intertwined, and that is exactly how we grow each other. And by the way, the only thing that I do ask on this video, it is not money, it's not nothing. It is just a like, a subscribe, and also making sure that you shoot me a comment out there telling me that indeed you got value out of this video. For now, it's a goodbye, and see you in the next one.